Have you thought about calibrating your Air2S obstacle avoidance sensors? Did you even know you should periodically perform this calibration, or that it was even possible? Well, at first I didn't, and after finding out that I could and should is when my quest for the correct DJI Assistant 2 software began. Here's a short video on my journey, including which DJI Assistant 2 software you need to download, where to find it, how to download it, and finally how to perform the calibration on your Air2S. Hey, welcome back everyone. It's Joe from Ghost 1917. After my unfortunate accident with my Air2S, I thought it would be a good idea to ensure the obstacle avoidance sensors were still working properly and calibrated, so I went on the DJI website to determine how to accomplish this. The first thing I found out was I needed additional software, as the calibration can't be performed using the DJI Fly app, the same way you calibrate the compass and IMU. The software I needed to download was the DJI Assistant. The next thing I learned was that there are several versions of the DJI Assistant for each of the different DJI products. Okay, so this shouldn't be that difficult. I'll just find the one that works with the Air2S and my Mac operating system and download that one. Haha, if it were only that easy. Apparently, neither the DJI Assistant 2 for Mavics nor the DJI Assistant 2, which covers the Air 2, work with the Air2S. Of course not. Why would they? I'm sure most of you know how to navigate the DJI website, but this video is for everyone, and so no one has to travel the long and winding road that I did. I've included every step. I've also broken the video up into chapters so you can skip a section if you don't need it, and jump to whatever section you do. Oh, and on a side note, I could have narrowed my search down if I would have just read page 17 of the owner's manual, which tells you which DJI Assistant you need to use with the Air2S. Then all I would have needed to do was find it on the DJI website. First, go to the DJI website and navigate to the bottom of the page where the fine print is, and locate and click on Download Center. This will take you to the Downloads page and display the top downloads, including a couple of DJI Assistant downloads. But don't bother clicking on them. They won't work with your Air2S. You need to go to the menu at the left side of the page and click on the drop-down arrow next to Software. This again will open a drop-down menu. Click on the drop-down arrow next to the DJI Assistant 2 series. Then scroll down to DJI Assistant 2 Consumer Drone series. Clicking on this will open the download page. Now click on the download for Mac version 2.1.10 or Windows version 2.1.10 if you're on a PC. The process after the download is similar. You'll notice the software was just updated on 5.11.22 as it now supports the new DJI Mini 3 Pro. A prior update on 11.12.21 made it compatible with the Air2S. After you download the software, do your normal app install, and when you get the warning that your Mac won't allow the install, simply open Finder and go to Downloads and right-click on the DJI Assistant download package and choose Open with Installer. This will allow you to perform the install. During the install, you'll get a warning by opening this app. You'll be overriding the system security. Just click on Open. And if you're installing to a removable volume, it'll again give you a warning. Just click OK. And then it will guide you through the steps of the install. Now that you have DJI Assistant installed, you're ready to perform the sensor calibration on your Air2S. The calibration process will involve calibrating the forward, rear, up, and down sensors. Open the DJI Assistant and connect your Air2S to the computer via the USB-C connection and turn it on. Then click on the DJI Air2S icon, which will open the calibration page. Just go to the left-hand side where the menu is and click on Calibration. Follow the on-screen tutorial. It's pretty intuitive. It'll tell you how to hold the aircraft in the proper orientation to do the calibration. Click on Next, and again it's showing you on the screen how to follow the blue box with the sensors on the aircraft. Again, click Next. It will show you the incorrect way of following the blue box. You have to keep the sensors facing the blue box. It'll also warn you to keep the USB cable out of the way so that it doesn't block the vision sensor. Now into the calibration process. You'll be presented with a white screen with blue dots, and in the upper left-hand corner will be instructions on how to properly hold the aircraft while performing the calibrations. And in the lower left-hand corner will be images that you'll receive from the sensors that you're calibrating. The first phase of the calibration is the forward vision sensors. This is performed by facing the forward vision sensors at the screen of the computer, and you'll see 4 red corners that you need to align with the 4 green corners by moving the aircraft and pointing the sensors in the direction of the screen. The 4 corners will turn blue, and then you start following the little blue box, kind of like a laser pointer using the aircraft, following the blue box around the screen. Once you complete the first phase of the forward sensors, you then have to move the aircraft away from the screen until the red corners meet the green corners and turn blue. Once this happens, you then follow the little blue box again with the sensors. Once you've completed that, you'll get a message for the forward camera calibration complete, and then you could start the downward camera calibration. This is performed by facing the downward sensors at the screen. The proper orientation for the aircraft is in the upper left-hand corner. You again line up the red corners with the green corners until they turn blue, and then follow the little blue box with the sensors. After you complete the first half of the downward sensors, you then have to pull the aircraft away from the screen, aligning the red corners up with the green corners so they turn blue. And then again, follow the little blue box around with the downward sensors. Remember, you're pivoting the aircraft, you're not moving it around with the sensor. Following the blue box. Once you've completed that, you'll get a downward camera calibration completed, and you can start the rear vision sensor calibration. Remember to keep the USB-C cable out of the way during this portion of the testing. And we now face the backward vision cameras at the screen. You'll get your red corners, line them up with the green corners until they turn blue. And then again, follow the little blue box around with the rear sensors. Again, we have to pull the aircraft away from the screen until the little red corners meet the green corners and turn blue. And then follow the little blue box with the rear sensors. Once that's done, you'll get a rear camera calibration completed message, and we can start the upward vision sensor calibration. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll see the proper orientation with the upward sensors to the right. Again, you'll get the little red corners, match them up with the green corners until they turn blue, and then follow the little blue box with the upward sensors. And again, the second half, we have to pull the aircraft away from the screen until the red corners meet the green and turn blue, and then follow the little blue box again. Once that's done, you'll get a calibration information collected, calibrating, and then a final calibration complete message. And that's it. You're all done. Your obstacle avoidance sensors are now properly calibrated, and you're ready to go out and enjoy a nice flight. Just watch out for those metal cardinals. You don't want to be testing your new calibrated sensors on them. As always, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions about calibrating your Air2S, or if you run into any problems in the process. And while you're down there, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.